Hi guys, that's me just leaving Loomies now. Having a nice breakfast. Shame about all the police what's turned up and scared everyone off, but it's getting a bit busy now. Even hotter now. And back on the way home. As I was saying earlier, I hope there's not too much wind noise. Friendly bikers nodding ahead. You don't get it off everybody nowadays. I've started my adventure biking about 19 to 20 years ago when I first passed my test. So I've been riding for a while now, and I've seen a big difference in bikers. As I was saying, some of them, or back then most of them were friendly, nodded their head, said hello, etc, etc. Now, some people do, but not everybody. But coming to places like this, when it's busy, sometimes that's all you seem to be doing, is nodding your head, nodding your head. Oh, there's a biker behind me. I'm just happy sitting here for a moment. No point overtaking, we're doing the speed limit. So I'm happy just sitting here. If the bikers want to overtake and be silly, then it's up to them. If these cars weren't so close to each other, they wouldn't have to brake every time. Oh, here comes the motorbike. Silly man on the corner. Silly man. As you know, if a vehicle came the other way, he wouldn't have a chance. So that's the thing about biking. Everybody does their own thing, as you know, same as car drivers. But come on guys, use a bit of noddle here. If there's bends, don't overtake unless it's safe to do so. Especially on a tight bend where you can't see round the corner. Something comes the other way, that's your life ended with, more than likely. So it doesn't get you there any quicker. Just enjoy the ride. That's what biking's all about. If you're one of these bikers who wants the speed to get here, there and everywhere else, well, you're not enjoying it that much. I started off my biking career, as I said, about 19-20 years ago when I was young, and yes, I used to open up all the time, but then I knew I wasn't enjoying myself. Oh, a few bikers out today. Normally when I come down to Loomies, my dad wants to come with me. He's a biker, he's a newbie biker. He passed his test beginning of last year, which was just after Christmas or beginning of January 2017, and he absolutely loves it. So he comes down here every time I come down, and we have a nice ride together, going to Loomies, we have a chat with all the guys and girls there, and then we have a nice ride back. Today he's a bit occupied doing other things, so I've come on my own, but I don't mind. Sometimes it's better on your own, sometimes I like to be with other people, depends what mood I'm in. Down to 30, and we got these temporary traffic lights again. What is that red car doing? Ah, the lorry has stopped. Oh no. So guys, I could overtake, but as you can see, what's the point? I'm moving now anyway. Some of you might say, but it's a solid white line. Well, that's fine. If it's a solid white line, if a thing that you're overtaking is doing less than 10 miles an hour, and it is safe to do so, then you're allowed to overtake on a solid white line. But again, you normally get it on bends and things like that, where of course you wouldn't overtake. You'd wait until you get a nice straight, and time that happens, then normally the solid white line's gone. Nice biker, gave him a wave. Oh, they don't look happy. could overtake, but I know there's a roundabout coming up. Instead of following the road ahead under the bridge into Alton that way, I'm going to take a right hand turn onto a dual carriageway, then take the slip road off and go in that way today. Quite busy roads for this area. Right, indicate off, look over his shoulder, that's fine, it's all clear. And here's the slip road to come off. I'll just overtake this guy. Bit shady round here. Where's the sun? Right guys, you see how they cut across? That's not how you approach that roundabout. It does say on your first roundabout if you're turning right, because it was offset to the right, you'll be in your right hand lane. But on that one you should really stay in your left, because that's how a lot of people do that roundabout. But again, you're looking at safety, the best way of doing it. Just missed that pothole. There's quite a lot of potholes on this road. And then there's places where the road is quite bad. It's all bumpy in places as well. That's further up. Why is that white car so close to that black car? That's where we do a car boot every Sunday or Bank Holiday Monday. Oh, that's a nasty pothole. It's not even a pothole anymore, it's so big. Right, let's have a look. There's a straight bit coming up. If it's clear, I'm going to overtake these two. It's clear enough for me. I'm fast enough. And I'm back in, as you can see. Slow it right down. There we go, guys. This is a bit of a, not a nasty bend, but a long bend. So you always slow it down a bit here. Coming back's not so bad. It's travelling in the other direction where you've got to slow right down sometimes. Oh, a few potholes. This is a whole bit of road. There we go. This is where the surface breaks up, as you can see in the middle. It's not really great. So from here onwards, I've got to pick the best side of the of my lane to be in. Don't know if you can see, if you look up, you've got a plane with a glider. You often see them around here. Nice to see people enjoying themselves. And there's another plane with a glider if you look up as well. was given a flying lesson a few months back for my birthday. It was half an hour lesson and I absolutely loved it up in the air. I was flying it myself and I landed the plane myself, which the guy who was sitting next to me said he never lets anybody fly it or land the plane, and he was that confident he let me land it. First time I'd ever done it, yes, I was a bit nervous, but I kept my calm and I did it. Afterwards I was really proud of myself. That's one of my achievements I want to do in life, is get my small aircraft pilot licence. Well, that'll be in the near future. Car's got a brake light out. So I don't know if you guys can see or not, in the front windscreen of the car in front, we've got a mobile phone with a mobile phone holder. With me, I'm very aware when I see that, because as you know, if it rings or a text comes through, I lose concentration and look at the phone. So there's another little tip just to be aware of if you're behind the vehicle. What I do myself, if I've got a mobile phone in the car, yes, it's hooked up to my hands-free in the car, but I leave my phone in the glove compartment or on the passenger seat. I don't have it on me driving along, and if it rings, it comes on the dash who rings, and I won't answer it unless it's extremely important. Then I'll say, look, I'll give you a call back in a minute, and I cut it straight off. So that way I haven't done nothing wrong, but I'm also being safe. And I know some people say, oh yeah, do this, do that, but in reality a lot of people, as you see, they pick up their mobile phones, they start texting. But I've also seen people doing makeup, eating their breakfast on a tablet or laptop. I've even seen people perform sexual acts while driving. The reason I see this is because I also drive lorries as well. So of course when you're up high you can look down when you're in traffic. See where the road's all bumpy in front, so I'll just come to the side. Just being careful. I'll slow it down. Oh, little bike there.